I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soared into the light.
Welcome back to Düsseldorf. That's not a good entry. Welcome back to Stuttgart. That's the reason why I said Düsseldorf was just I was just looking into the charts for Düsseldorf because I wanted to make a short flight, but I decided to take this one because I found that there's some nasty weather in Central Europe right now, so I might as well just take that challenge and get us to London, taking advantage of the weather to make it a more interesting flight. But yes, I was planning to fly from Stuttgart to Düsseldorf, and that's why I said Düsseldorf. Sorry about that. Anyway, Andrew, thank you for your best wishes. We are right here at the lounge, if you could call this lounge, just this nice little bar in Stuttgart, getting ready to go on the plane. So this is what we're going to do right now. Something wrong with this lady. Oh, never mind. Can we go to the washrooms here? Oh my. Can even take a trip to the loo. Anyway, we can do that on the plane, right? Let's get on our plane. So we are right here at gate 12. So we're gonna go around here because, you know, we're pilots, we can do this. And as we go in, it's one of the crazy features on this. Look at that, even the gate opens. So we are coming down the jetway to get on our plane. Betsy is already there, waiting for us. Let's go a bit quicker now. It's a very long jetway. See, they are getting ready to depart. This is a real flight, by the way. There we go. Plane's all cold and dark. Oops. Hello, Betsy. How nice of you to warm the plane for me. Not. Let's get ready to roll. Picking up my paper checklists. As you know, I'm old school. I prefer my paper checklists, although I could make it electronic. Maybe a tablet or something. Maybe in the future. Alright. Cockpit preparation, pre-flight checklist. Alright, let me just tune in my track IR here real quick. There it is. Alright, so let's go for the external power. Alright, parking brake is set. We got flaps up and speed brakes retracted, and this, actually the flaps are down. The lever, at least it is. The spoilers are retracted and disarmed. Weather radar is off. Predictive wind shear is off. Engine master switches both off. Engine mode selector normal. We got thrust lever set to idle. Gear is down, and both wipers are off. It was raining when I started. Before I started streaming, when I got down to the plane to check it out. Alright, let's go to my flights. Already loaded. EDDS to EGLL. This is London Heathrow. Let's take a quick look to the weather today. So, departing Stuttgart, wind is set to variable 1 knot, KVOC. We got negative dew point, but we got 1 degree. QNH 1017, no 6. So during the afternoon it was drizzle and close to icing. Right now it's 1 degree, so we'll still need some engine anti-ice regardless. Alright, let's go to cockpit preparation. Battery 1 and 2 is on, external power is on, accumulator brake pressure looks good, a little low but enough to engage the parking brakes. Door is open, we got cabin lights already. I just need some integrated lights to be a little more intense. A little bit of flood to the back, looks good. This one is okay, this one a little darker. I don't like it too bright. Let's listen to ATC. Hopefully we don't have the issue we had in the last flight. Stuff wasn't really working as intended. Let's put this into intercom. Let's go to FMGC. So we got 19 March to 15 April, it's due, it's current. Alright, so let's request flight plan initiation. In the meantime, let's listen to ATIS. Oh, Beyond ATC is down, I see. Just need to load it real quick, here we go. Done. So we'll get back to that. So let's go to our AOC initiation. So cost index 5. Well, I think this cost index should be a little more optimistic. And the Fenix is always this low, depending on the airline though. Stuttgart Heathrow flight plan, British Airways 9021. We got zero fuel weight predicted to be 55.4, and our block fuel predicted to be 6,155 kilos. So let's get into it. Let's prep the flight. So BAW 9021. BAW of course stands for British Airways 921. Cost index 5. We'll get to, and the cruise flight, it will be flight level 380, and hopefully we get beyond the bad weather we're finding in the middle of in Central Europe, basically. So I need to go to ATC AOC flight initiation request. There it is, BAW 9021 from Stuttgart to Heathrow, and I believe this is London, if I'm not mistaken, as an alternate. We can take a look at that later. Alright, so we got this. Everything looks fresh and good. Let's go now to ATC. Let's see if we can request. Oh no, the wrong menu. Sorry. We need on this plane. We need to do via the ATC and AOC. It's a little different. Every time we loaded an aircraft is always a little different. So we go to ATC request, pre-departure clearance. We are at gate 12, and well, let's listen now to the ATIS. Apparently, sound is again down for beyond ATC. Here.
Stuttgart Airport information X-ray 2034 Zoo.
Don't know why this happens.
Ceiling and visibility okay. Temperature 01, point -02, crew NH1017. Landing and departing runway 25. Transition level 050. 5G notice in effect. Advise on initial contact. You have the information X-ray.
So we got X-ray.
Stuttgart Airport information X-ray 2034 Zoo. Wind variable. Ceiling and visibility okay. Temperature 01, point -02, crew NH1017. Landing and departing runway 25. Transition level 050.
Sent.
5G notice in effect.
See, we forget the departure clearance. Last time we couldn't on the Fenix for some reason. So let's see if we now can.
Stuttgart Airport information X-ray 2034 Zoo. Wind variable. Ceiling and visibility okay. Temperature 01,
Let me confirm.
-02, crew NH1017.
Yep, pre-departure clearance requested. Now let's see if we get the reply.
5G notice in effect. Advise on initial contact. You have the information X-ray.
Let's go to ground and hope that our message gets through. And there we get a reply. Hello Drexy. London Heathrow. We're going to Heathrow, Drexy. It's been a long time since I've been there. I think I've only done one flight to Heathrow recently, so I really need to justify my investing on these. Alright, now we got ATC reply. Clear for London Heathrow, runway 25, departure via QRH5 Bravo, squawk 2143. 2143, got it. And let's go to flight plan, EDDS, departure, runway 25. Via QRH 5 Bravo. Got it. Insert. Done. Let's will comply and send. Alright, let's carry on with our flight plan. So, accumulator brake pressure, cockpit lights, instrument display brightness as required. APU fire test. Let's go. We got squib, fire button, ECAM status, and APU fire. Done. Alright, we got a reply, clearance confirmed, close, we got it. So, crew supply set to on, as well as ground control. Let's request boarding now.
Quality 6 Tango Romeo, request taxi. Quality 6 Tango Romeo,
instant
runway 25 taxi
fuel,
via Victor Romeo,
just confirm.
Oscar
Yeah,
Sierra
61.6.
Runway 25 taxi via Victor Romeo to Oscar Sierra Alpha, quality 6 Tango Romeo.
So boarding request, and I can hear the cargo doors opening. Alright, crew supplies on, CVR test. We should get an audio tone. There it is. Hey there, set 1, 2 and 3. 1 set, 2 set, 3. These fault, these on-bat, it's too fast. The faults are okay, but the on-bat should light up as soon as we switch this on. But anyway, as long as it simulates 8 years lining up. External lights set for wing and nav logo. No smoking portable devices set to on. Emergency lights set armed. Annunciator lights test. All lights seem okay, including those. I keep missing those. Passenger boarding. Everything looks okay. Nothing seems off. Alright, we can quit that. Pro window heat set for auto. Set. APU not available yet. AC temperatures as required. Let's not delve into that. So basically we can adjust the temperatures on the cabin, but no need for now. Alright, let's set Ecam page set to ELAC, and let's test the batteries. Got battery 1 and battery 2, both within 27 and 28 volts. Let's turn off number 1. We got off indicator on the overhead and off on the ELAC page, bat off. Let's turn it back on. Battery back on, amps are reducing as expected. Let's go for bat 2. Bat 2 off, and as well as Ecam status back to battery. Copy. Fuel pumps are off. Engine fire test. Let's test number 1 fire. Both squibs, fire button. Master warning, Ecam status, pedestal light. Test 2. Both squibs, fire button, master warning, Ecam status, and pedestal. Flight directors 1 and 2 are on. Barrel reference 1017 and cross-checked 1017. EFIS constraint arc 10. Just setting this up. Constraint arc 10 set. Radio setup, MCDU data check. We are waiting for the people to board. We already have people boarding right now. Here, the little glitch on the faces, don't know why that's happening. Red nav setup. So for now we'll just stick to what we got. IFR clearance has been received. IRS aligned, still being aligned. Flight plan has been reviewed and the squawk is set. We're just waiting for the IRS align for the cockpit preparation to be concluded. It's also loading passengers. You can see them coming in from the terminal and the jetway. It's pretty cool to see. So it says here GPU off, but it isn't. It is on. It's just not. It's just GSX not connected. But if you come here, you can see GPU is on and working for them. Otherwise, we won't have external power here. It's just a little small thing. So we got 30 passengers boarded. At the cargo, you mean the cargo? The cargo
Lufthansa
here?
Charlie X-ray gate 47 taxi via Foxtrot November Hotel in Mike.
We're just about finished.
47 via Foxtrot November Hotel in Mike. Lufthansa 7 Charlie X-ray.
Betsy's looking outside. She's got caught. So there goes the cargo into the hold. It's a special livery for British Airways, a member of One World. We actually see this plane quite a lot in Lisbon. Alright, cargo loaded. We're gonna have a little bit of freight for a change. I set that up in Simbrief. We usually just have luggage, but we're taking a little freight, as it should. Although the rear loaders should be available. Don't know why they're gone. They should remain on deck for late passengers. Oh, look at that. We got a lot of more aircraft than last time. You remember when we arrived, there was no airplane, and then one plane parked next to us on the main terminal. Basically, it's air wings dominating. Austrian, Turkish, but mainly air wings in Stuttgart. There are very little Lufthansa flights. There's about one Lufthansa flight from this time schedule where we're leaving now. So we're coming up on full passenger capacity. We're going to take 120 passengers today. So we're close to that mark. You can follow that right here. So we're at 85 and loading. So why am I not inserting weights just now? Well, because this is dynamic. As you can see here, the above figures are live. It means that both the zero fuel weight as well as the CG is dynamic, and we need to pay attention to that. You can see the little CG mark moving as the passengers are loaded. The cargo is already fully loaded, but as well as the fuel, but the passengers are still loading, and this will always offset the CG, center of gravity. Of course, Betsy is the heaviest person on board, not because of her perfect weight, but because, yeah, I'm talking about you, Betsy. Where are you taking off those glasses? It's nighttime, Betsy. Yeah, you gotta remove those glasses. I'm telling you. Yeah, she just ignores me. Yep, we're hoping Heathrow be busy.
46 Tango Romeo, contact Stuttgart Tower 118.805. Contact Tower 118.805, quality 6 Tango Romeo.
2 passengers left. Are these probably these 2? The old guy over there. Sit down, old man. There we go. Just close the door and lock it. Done. Alright. Start our APU, please. Let's count 1, 2, 3. Turn on the starter. Alright. Pre-start checklist. APU masters on, APU set to start. MCDU waits. Let's do that. So send this to MCDU. Let's go to page 2. There it is. So we got 55.440 fuel weight, 30.94 CG. That's correct. And we got block fuel 6.2. That's also correct. Well, more or less. It's 160. It's rounded up to 2. Alright, let's go to performance. Let's calculate our departure performance. So we are taking runway 25. It is dry. It's not raining, so we're going to set it to dry. Sync the final load sheet and sync to weather 1017. Yep, correct. Let's calculate that. We got V1 134 knots, VR 134, VG 135. We got flaps 1 down, 0.2, transition altitude set to 5,000 feet, flex to temperature will be 68. Alright, looks good. Send this to MCDU, and there it is. So we got nav accuracy upgraded. I'm going to set this to flight plan, and we're cooking. So APU when APU available, APU bleed. APU bleed is on, external power set off. Seatbelt signs are on and air conditioning as required. Pack 1 and Pack 2 coming up. Hopefully, there it is. Alright, pre-start checklist complete, and we also can conclude the cockpit preparation as our IRSs are aligned. Alright, let's call it in.
Speedbird 921, gate 12, request pushback.
Speedbird 921, Stuttgart ground, pushback approved, face west.
Pushback approved, face west, Speedbird 921.
There goes the gate. We can start our beacon now. Nope. Here comes our gate agent. Nope. Let's go for the charts here. For Stuttgart, we're gonna go for the start.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Copy that. Going to need to face west. Let's not make any mistake now. Just need to face west. I don't think this is the departure we got, is it? It's 5 Bravo. Yes, it is.
Bypass pin inserted.
Copy on bypass pin. Pushback and startup. Windows and doors closed. Cockpit door closed and locked. Fuel pump set on. Beacon is on. Steering pin has been inserted. Set transport to auto. TCAS is on standby. We were
Locking gear.
just waiting for them to start the push to start our clock. This is probably going to be a very short... Well, actually no, we're going to need to go all the way to the other side. I thought this side was 2.5, it's not. Alright. Need to pick this... Nope. Give me the choice so we can go west, please. Nose west. Still waiting. Everything's cleared. Yep. I wonder what's going on now. Just GSX being GSX, I suppose. No, no icing. Taxi west.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Copy. So we cannot start. Hello, Angelo. Olá, boa noite. Boa noite. Saudações, Angelo. Is she allergic? Probably. Probably Drexy. She doesn't like me, so I'd say she's allergic to me. So. Alright, when there's icing conditions, and it's +1 degrees Celsius, we need to start our engines outside of the gate area. So we've been instructed to only start engines once push is complete. So we've been asked to face west. So we're probably just going to go around the terminal here. There's another British Airways there. TUI flight. Weather cleared a little bit. Like I said, it was raining before. Set this to engine start.
Sun Express 5 Hotel at gate 46. Request pushback and engine start.
Sun Express 5 Hotel, Stuttgart ground in hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic Sun Express 5 Hotel.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set. Alright, let's start number 1, please. So the reason why this we need to start the engines after we are out of the gate is if there is icing on the engines, you would not like to see like chunks of ice being projected on the gate area. So the plane is placed in a safe position where it will not hit anything vital, and you can start your engines there. And it's also safer for the crew as well. IA engines take a little longer to start. They're motoring right now. Polizei. 1 available, let's start 2. We can already taxi with just 1 engine. It's called a SETO, single engine taxi out. But let's not do that right now. We got pre-departure clearance message and we got the load sheet sent. So 0 fuel weight 55.4, passengers 120 plus 2. So all of this has been confirmed. This is our load cargo. Engine 2 is coming up, so we'll just accept that. Back to performance. Alright, we can call it in.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
After engine start, APU bleed set to off. Let's turn off pack 1 off, turn it on again, and APU master switch off. NTI set engine NTIs, and this wing NTIs is not detected, so we'll keep it off.
Unlocking gear.
Can barely see the wingtip there. There's no ice indicator, although it's a bit tricky to look this far. There goes our tow.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Alright, bypass pin removed.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Copy that. Let's request taxi.
Speedbird 921 ready to taxi to the active.
Speedbird 921 runway 25 taxi via Mike, Lima 3 Oscar Sierra Alpha.
There's our pin.
Runway 25 taxi via Mike, Matthew Oscar Sierra Alpha. Speedbird 921.
Mike, Lima 3, so we go on the way, turn back, and use Sierra all the way to Alpha holding point. Alright, we're good. After engine starts concluded, before taxi checklist, auto brakes set max. We can engage the rest after we started rolling. Alright, let's go. Let's start rolling. Taxi lights, runway turn off, let's go. Parking brake off. The reason we're being sent back, it's because this gate, this November taxiway here goes through all the cargo terminal and then enters, I believe, to be military area, so it's preferable to go outside, I suppose. Just speculating because I don't really know why. beautiful airport. I wish all airports would be developed with this level of detail. You guys saw me going through the terminal to enter the plane. You can only do that on this. Oh, forgot to release the ETA elapsed time. Not the ETA, the elapsed time clock. So guys, we're going all the way to London Heathrow. Thank you so much for joining me on this little flight. It's an absolute beauty. So this is Lima 3 and this is our taxi lane. Then we'll take Sierra, which is the one on the right. A little too fast. Slow down, baby. Alright, let's set flaps for takeoff. Flaps 1. Still too fast, baby. Come on, slow down. Cabin's ready. So we're gonna take Sierra now. This one. Oh, actually, it's this one right here. Yep, that's Sierra. Then Alpha. Sierra. All the way to runway 25. Alright, let's go to our continue our before taxi checklist. So flight controls, need to go back to normal mode. We got a cabin announcement here saying we're ready. Full deflection left, neutral. Full deflection right, neutral. Pitch up, neutral. Pitch down, and neutral. Let's carry on to runway 25. Just making sure we're going on the right path here. Yep, all the way down. Oh no, I messed up. Oh, hold on. I just turned off Beyond ATC, just need to turn it on again. My bad. There it is. Instead of minimizing Beyond ATC, I just press exit. It happens.
Beyond ATC connected.
There it is, connected again. We just need to change the squawk probably. Let's stop here. Let's carry on. So full rudder left, neutral. Full rudder right, neutral. Flight controls checked. Pitch trim set. 0.2 down. There it is. And set flaps 1. Rudder trim neutral. Press reset. And steering pin has been removed. This is the delayed confirmation here. Alright, still loading traffic. Give me a moment here. Alright, we got to clearance.
Stuttgart 921, ready to pick up by FR clearance.
Aircraft calling for clearance, safe proceed.
Stuttgart 921.
Speedbird 921, Stuttgart delivery, expect runway 25, call through 5 Bravo departure, initial climb to flight level 070, squawk 0014.
Castle 5 Bravo departure, squawk 0014, Speedbird 921.
Alright.
Speedbird 921, repair correct, contact ground 118.6051, ready for push for start.
We'll contact ground 118.6051. 605 when ready for pushback or
carry
engine
on
start.
taxiing.
Speed of 921. Thanks.
My pleasure.
Speed of 921. Ramp line of 3 Alpha. Request engine start.
Speeder 921, engine start of Truton Core 1, ready for taxi.
Affirm, start of approved.
Sorry about
Speed
this, I just
921.
need to go through the logics again.
Speedbird 921, ready to taxi to the active.
Speeder 921, runway 25, taxi via Sierra Alpha.
Runway 25, taxi via Sierra Alpha. Speedbird 921.
Alright, we're good now. We're back on track. Sorry about that. Nose lights are on, runway turn-off lights are on, strobes set auto. Parking brakes are off, takeoff config, press check, normal. So what happened was instead of minimizing beyond ATC, which supplies me with ATC and traffic, I pressed close and it just closed. And for that reason I had to simulate restarting the entire procedure, but since I was already taxiing, no need to restart the entire flight. There's an helipad right there, really cool. So I think this is a military apron, so that's why we are preferred to taxi via this taxiway here. This plane will really wants to accelerate during taxi, doesn't it? 30 knots, that's crazy. We can already turn on the radar system, whoops. It is very modern, and there's a lot of features in it, and it's not that heavy. I mean, it's not the heaviest airport I got for sure. It's really well optimized. I think Aerosoft did a great job with this airport, and I hope every other airport out there can follow the same procedures, having the same standards, so we can get some good airports in the future. There are companies that build excellent sceneries like Unibuilds or Orbex, but not to this level. I mean, you might say, well, this is irrelevant for flight simulation. Yeah, sure, but why not? Why don't you model the terminals? You go to some great extent modeling a lot of stuff in it already. Might as well make it available to walk around, right? I've seen some airports where even the restaurants are modeled inside it. When you're inside a plane, you don't see that, of course. Alright, let's go to the tower.
Contact Tower 118.805, speedbird 921. Have a good evening.
Alright, I'm gonna stop over there and prepare everything. Just one note here, the Fenix external lighting is equal to none. It's absolutely flawless. Some planes we can barely see outside. This one has a very cool lighting system. Alright, let's get ready to... So this is runway 25 confirmed. We are in a visual holding point. We got external lights. We're gonna get cabin crew notified. External lights, nose wheel lights set for takeoff. NTI set for engine. TCAS will be set to TARA. Weather radar is already on. Predictive wind shear, we can turn on the TCAS set for above. But weather radar is on, and then we'll take off Memo Noble. So let's call it in.
Speedbird 921, ready for departure. Runway 25.
Speedbird 921, Stuttgart Tower, wind 310 at 4, runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 25, cleared for takeoff. Speedbird 921.
Alright, there we go.
Stuttgart Tower to Southwind 2823, ILS runway 25.
Southwind 2823.
Cabin crew notified. External lights set to all. Nose wheel lights set for takeoff. NTIs set for engine. TCAS set TARA. Weather radar is on. Predictive wind shear is on. Takeoff memos no blue. Before takeoff checklist complete. Alright, let's go for takeoff. Let's go. Flex 68 SRS runway. Airspeed alive. Little off to avoid the lights. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Brakes applied, gear up. Thrust climb, climb boxed nav.
Speedbird 921, contact low and radar 125.05.
Contact low and radar 125.05. Speedbird 921. Low and radar, speedbird
Flaps up. Speed check flaps up.
Speedbird 921, low and radar to aiming identified. Climb to flight level 190.
Climbing to flight level 190, speedbird 921.
190. After takeoff checklist, gear up and retracted, flaps up and retracted, spoilers disarmed, thrust set to climb, autopilot as required, nose wheel lights and runway turn-off lights off. After takeoff checklist complete. This is why you need two guys doing this. One running the checklist and the other flying. Can do both. Set QNH, set standard. Set and cross check. Autopilot on. Autopilot 1 on. Constraint 20. Constraint 20. For the climb checklist, barrel reference set standard set, NTIs not engine NTIs still on, EFIs as required, weather radar is on. Climb checklist above the line complete. passing 10,000 feet, external lights on. Seatbelt set off. Wing lights will remain on. Climb checklist below the line complete. Let me just turn off track IR so I don't move around for you guys. Don't need to complain about it. Yep, V1 rotate. That's my favorite phase of the flight. I like the landing, but I prefer the takeoffs, to be honest, because, you know, it's the beginning of the adventure, if you want. And I'm a romantic, I suppose. So we're coming up on our left-hand turn. Let's go outside for a moment. So this is our little A320 from Fenix, one of the most, I would say, reliable aircrafts for Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. The Fenix aircraft, A319, A320, A321. I would say that 321 is a bit of a rebel. It tends, the flight model isn't the, I would say, I'm not an expert, but I would say the flight model isn't that good on the 321. I think it struggles a little bit with the flare, and it feels like it's a bigger airplane than it actually is with the pitch motion. But the 319 and the 320, top notch. That's why you don't see me flying the 321 from Fenix that much. I tend to avoid it quite a bit. I flew it last time. It went well, but I think the flare and the pitch attitude at low speeds. Alright, we're about to be sent over to London Center, and we're going to get a new altitude clearance. There it is. 380. There it is. Flight level 380. Right, so we're gonna time accelerate as soon as we hit cruise altitude, as you guys know. We're on the final leg for, let me zoom in for you guys to see what I'm talking about. We're in the final leg of the SID, sorry. So we're departing via Karlsruhe 5 Bravo. This is the one we took. We came out of runway 25, all the way up to Afghan, and now we turned left towards the Karlsruhe VOR. Actually, Karlsruhe is a football team, if I recall. Stuttgart is, of course, a football team. I think Karlsruhe, if I'm not mistaken, is also a football team. I remember this name from football, at least. Something positive coming from football for a change. As long as Manchester City wins, right, Trexie? Or are you a United fan? One thing to note today, for a change, aside from my little hiccup turning off beyond ATC, everything's running fine. Ah, you're a City fan. Yeah, I think City is a good team. I have a little place in my heart for United, but I prefer City. And alright, we are at the SID, so let's go to our in-route chart. And here we are. So I'm going to time accelerate as soon as we hit our top of climb. this is our flight for today. So the weather system I was talking about when we started, and it's also in the description, is situated right here where I'm moving the little hand there. So there's going to be some rough weather here in altitude. Unfortunately, we don't have the data here, but I can show you the weather, no temps, and they're really nasty. Some severe turbulence in Central Europe right now. So hopefully we can get above the weather, but it's always hard to say. So let's see if we get the METAR. We'll probably get info via ACARS, but still. There's nothing here, but I can assure you that there is some rough weather. So when we got into Stuttgart, we were vectored in, and I thought that was a little strange for such a busy airport, but now I see that it's already in the H's. Even for VATSIM, they're saying that you need to be vectored in for the approach, and I don't trust the eval, sorry, but VATSIM, if they're saying that you need to be vectored in, that it's probably close to real life operations. So it's good to know. Alright, so the weather here isn't being depicted as serious. But let's see if we... Alright, there's a temporary danger area. Oh, this is just straight line. Yeah, no weather, no temps available here. But what about charts? See if we can. How do we? Alright, so let's see region North Atlantic. So you see here, it's barely noticeable. See this line here, these farms. It's so tiny, but trust me, this is the stuff I'm talking about. So this is a very powerful jet stream that does something like this. It comes from the northern area, comes from the Nordic countries, and it's a very fast and turbulent mass of wind, and I think we're being affected by it right now. Actually, no. Yes, we are. Stand by. So we're going northbound, and the weather is coming from straight north, more or less straight north, coming from 360, 355, and look at that, it's 55 knots, and look outside. Look how the plane is shaking. So this is the rough weather I was talking about. Fortunately, we didn't go through rain departing Stuttgart, as I feared we may. But you know, not fun if we don't have a little shaky. I'm almost sure this light here, this control panel here, should be lit, backlit, because we can barely see it. I know it's there, but a lot of these developers don't really fly their planes at night sometimes. I'm not saying all of them don't, but some don't. And you notice that when you stumble upon stuff like this is barely, you can barely know that there's a knob there. See, there's a switch and a knob. I think they should be backlit somehow. Not sure. Maybe not. Maybe Airbus didn't think about that. What do you think, Betsy? She hates my guts. Alright. Oh, you're Drexy. So you're from Manchester, right? How big is the rivalry, or is it just different colors of the same city? No one cares. Is the rivalry between United and City real, or Because we do have a lot of rival here in the two Lisbon clubs, Lisbon, Sporting Lisbon and Benfica. Nah, she's okay. We're talking about you, Betsy. She's not brain dead. She's just got that attitude on her. That's it. Yeah, but I mean, like fans fighting, or just, you know, just insulting. Because there's a big difference between just words being swung and actual physical fighting. I like Manchester City because there are some former Benfica players playing there that I really like, and they're great Benfica supporters even though they're not playing there anymore. But I also have a little yeah, well, that's more peaceful than what we got here. But anyway, I like United as well because because of two things. Because United has always been a very respected club in Portugal. They came many times to play here, and I remember watching a few games from them. I'm a huge fan of Spotting or Vika? What do you mean? What is Vika? Sorry if I'm asking a stupid question. I just don't know what Vika is. Oh, you mean Sporting and Benfica? Is that your question? Well, look, it's quite evident that I like Benfica. Sporting is a second-rate club that just rose to fame, winning a few matches and a few championships. But I respect Sporting quite a lot, but I'm a Benfica fan. Benfica. The club's name is Benfica. Oh, right here. You can Google. You can Google that. That's the team that I support. I'm not a huge football fan. I'm not crazy mad for a club for football. And in UK I support Manchester City. In Spain I support Real Madrid, and that's it. And when I say I support, means that I prefer. I don't pay for, you know, club memberships or anything of the sort. I don't have neither the time or the patience. I used to be a huge fan of Benfica. I used to go watch the games and all that. But watching football nowadays became so dangerous that I just gave up. All right, let's see where we are in the flight. We are coming up on top of climb, and our SAT is past 50 degrees, so we can turn off the anti-ice. And that will also save us a little fuel. So we got Mach, altitude star. The star means that it's being intercepted, and then when it reaches, it will become cruise. There it is. out cruise. Alright, so looking up on our chart here, on our map I mean, we are going up to, we're still in Germany, we're going to cross to Belgium, this is Belgium, and then we are going slightly skim in the Dutch airspace and then all the way to English airspace directly. London approach. Sure, Draxi. So guys, if you like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, and if you feel like it, you can also donate. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description, and I really appreciate any support given. There's also a message pinned in the chat regarding that Buy Me a Coffee donation. Right, let's time accelerate right now. I need to pay attention to the flight though, because Phoenix doesn't really like time acceleration that much. Alright, we're accelerating time now. So wind coming directly north is affecting us from the side as I was expecting, giving us some mild turbulence. And at this altitude though, we can't really go much higher than this on the 320. We can probably go to flight level 390, but that's stretching it. We're right on the ceiling for this airplane's capacity. Not on this plane, Draxi. Not all planes have the jump ahead feature. The only two planes I got with that feature are the Flight Sim Labs A321neo and the Aerosoft Tolis A340-600. These are the two planes I got that can teleport. Every other developer decided to just run with time acceleration for now. Could change in the future if they see that there's a benefit in having that feature to jump ahead, but not just now. In fact, TFDI, the guys making MD-11, they don't have any time acceleration at all. I mentioned it to them and they just said it wasn't on their plans, and they believe that for now at least they didn't plan to implement that for now. I will mention it to them in the future because I really like the MD-11. I would like to fly it with some time compression because of the long flights we need to make on them on the MD-11. And if you don't have time compression, then real-time flying becomes a nonsense for streaming, that is. I know a lot of pilots prefer to fly real time instead of using this compression, but still. So we're in Brussels airspace, so Belgium. So the flashing is because we're in time accelerated. Never mind that. So this is a cool thing you guys were watching just now. The fact that the plane cruises with the nose up. This is actually an aerodynamic advantage because with the nose up, with the CG slightly aft, the engines are not only more effective, the drag is a little less intense as would be with a nose straight forward. Most planes cruise with the nose up slightly, not much, between 2 and 5 degrees, sometimes you might want to correct that, especially on big planes like the 747. I remember there was a procedure where once you reach the top of climb, in order to reduce drag, you would descend slightly to regain nose down and then resume climbing. And that's because the plane would spend fuel and the CG would be set a little more forward, so that allowed your nose to be a little lower and help reduce drag. So the issue here is just drag, but not the 320. And most modern planes will cruise with the nose up. So you can clearly see that nose is a little up. Let me go back to the cockpit because I don't really like it doing these turns. Alright, let's prep the descent information. So we're getting the weather information before we get to the top of descent. So for our destination Heathrow, we're expecting QNH 1023, that's pretty standard. Temperature is 08. Let's bring the plane out of compressed time because I don't want to be surprised. Alright, so back to performance. Windland config 3, also mag wind, it's 250 at 7. Our transition is 6,500 feet. Now let's get to the flight plan itself. And we're expecting runway 27 Lima. Heathrow is pretty standard. It's either 27 Lima or 27 Romeo most of the times. And we are expecting Loga 2 Hotel. There it is. Via probably big. Let's confirm this on the charts here. Actually, it's LAM, so that's the lamp viewer. Got it. All right. Looks like we are good to go. All we need now is the ILS minimum altitude. It should be 277. I just hope that ATC gives us the same approach. I can ask for a follow me, Drax, if that makes you feel better. It's not really relevant, but I can ask for a follow me if you want. In fact, let me try something here. Direct to... this doesn't have it. Let's see. On the Yatsu. See the AOC. ATC requests. No. I think it's the FS Labs. I need to check on that. That you can request the follow me in flight, so that you don't have to. Yeah. ADC for 8 minutes. So we are expecting the Loga 2 Alpha for runway 27 Lima.
Expect landing to hotel, runway 27 left, speed of 921.
Let's just confirm it's the one we got.
Speed of 921, contact Amsterdam radar.
Let's go to Amsterdam.
5 Alpha, good evening.
Contact Amsterdam radar 11.75.
Let's call the passengers back to their seats. Descent checklist. No, I can request it over radio once we land. I just can't request it in flight. We can, Drexy, we'll see. MCU landing performance has been reviewed. TCAS set to below. Approach briefing. Are you listening? Can we get to the briefing? Let's see. Nah. NTIs will set engine NTIs on when we start descending. Seatbelt signs are on. Descent checklist above the line complete. So you can see the coast of England right there. So I'll just show you where we are right now. So we're overhead or abeam Holland or the Netherlands, and then all the way across to the UK. You can already see the coast of the United Kingdom, Her Majesty's land. Oh, Andrew was here earlier, but he said he couldn't stay, so he will probably watch the video afterwards. So I hope I make a good landing for him to appreciate it. So we'll call ready for descent a bit closer to that white arrow here. This is our top of descent arrow. And then we'll call ATC saying we're ready. So let's go outside before we start our descent. That flickering of the lights on the wing light there, it's something from, yeah, you see there, it's also it's caused by the MFS 2024 engine. There's nothing to be done there. It just flickers like that. Alright, let's go ready for descent.
Welcome to hotel, runway 27 left, ready for descent. Speedbird 921.
Speedbird 921, descend to flight level 250.
Fire
Descend
250.
to flight level 250, Speedbird 921.
Alright, let's start our descent. That's 7 Air, Trixie. 7 Air. Used to be called Aero VIP. Now it's 7 Air. Aero VIP if you want. Yeah, I wanted to make it a short flight. It was supposed to be even shorter if I didn't make my flight to Düsseldorf, like I was planning. I was explaining in the beginning of the stream that it was my intention to go from Stuttgart to Düsseldorf in a very small, short flight. Yes, Drexy. I used to fly in it. Not frequently, but I did fly 7 Air. Back when it was called Aero VIP or Aero VIP.
Tomjet 650 X-ray, contact London, control 118.475.
Center 118.475, Tomjet 660 X-ray, bye-bye.
Dornier 228. They also got jetstreams, jetstream 31, but they fly the 228s. And it's a very cool flight to make if you ever come here. All the way from Bragança to Portimão, but you can also go to Viseu and Cascais. Really cool flights. And I mean, it's not cheap, but if you plan to go by car, not only it's slower, much slower, the price will be pretty much the same between gas and tolls. Plus the aggravation, you need to stop halfway to have a drink or a meal. The only downside flying that route is that sometimes when there's bad weather they can't land, but that's about it. I'm not familiar with any other European airline flying Dornier. I remember there was what's it called? I mean, the Dorniers still fly a lot for military, but in terms of civilian operation, I think there was one company in Norway. There was definitely one company in Germany flying him, but it was like regional cargo stuff. I don't know any other airline that does regular passenger flights with the DO 226, 228 or 226. I think it's 226. Oh, alright then, I didn't know. Some years ago, before 7 Air, another company was doing these flights. Not these specific flights, but they did do regional flights, and it's called Aero Condor. And they flew the Dornier as well, but they also flew the Shorts 360. Now that's an ugly plane. I've been inside that plane. It's scrapped now, but I've been inside it before it went to scrap, and that's an ugly plane, and it looks really nasty. The Shorts 360. I hope I never have to fly it in my life, because it looks scary and awful. Hogini. I think I heard about that airline. Not sure. The Dornier was actually revived.
Contact London Control.
Let's go to now London Control.
Center on 118.475, speed bird 921. London Control, speed bird 921.
Yeah, it's the nose.
Descending via Logan to
the nose
hotel,
is a little
flight
weird.
level 299er.
But that nose is part of the cargo hold.
Speed bird 921, London Control identified.
Well, it's... Maybe I'm mistaking the plane, but I think there's a cargo compartment on that nose. If not, then I'm sorry, but I think it is. There is certainly a radar inside radome for weather radar. But I honestly believe there's cargo area in the nose. Probably not. Probably just the nose landing gear housing and where the radar on the front, plus the avionics. Yeah, probably. It's just a long nose. But it is very aerodynamic. I saw the fluid study on that plane, and it's amazing how even the belly section with the main landing gear housing, it's designed, in such a way that makes it very aerodynamic, and the wings they're
London Control, Magic
on the small side.
Flight level 370.
But
Magic Sun 58.
the plane really behaves well.
Contact.
It's a really stable, aerodynamically stable aircraft. There's a lot of drag, of course. And those little engines, they're very tiny engines, but they can do wonders with that plane.
Speedbird 487, go contact Heathrow director 119.73.
So we're about to go to Heathrow director.
119.73, speedbird 487.
We need to reduce our speed and altitude before that, but we will be handed over to the director. And as you can see, the weather is closing. We still got that nasty northbound wind.
Contact Amsterdam radar 119.175, swift 4 mind alpha.
Well, not northbound, but coming from the north, sorry. Alright, let's get to our approach plates here. So we are taking Logan to Hotel. So this is where we are arriving right now. That's Logan, and then turning left all the way to Lambourne VOR, and then we'll switch to the DME approach for runway 27 Lima.
London Control, World Express 375 Heavy, flight level 320.
Comjet 6 Victor X-ray, London Control, expected is 1 kilo, runway 25. Expected is 1 kilo, runway 25.
Alright, give us a new altitude, boys and girls.
World Express 375 Heavy, London Control, identified. Speedbird 921, descend to flight level 160.
Descend to flight level 160, speedbird 921.
Alright, 160, keep on descending. Oh, you can see the windmills. I was told we can see from sky. I wasn't aware this would be this visible. That's cool. Yeah, Drexy, weather in UK isn't the best, is it? Especially now. We're having some rest from the weather, but we also had some very nasty November, December and January months in terms of rain and snow and hail and wind and all sorts of weather phenomena.
London Control, EZ484, flight level 20T.
EZ8484, London Control, identified.
I wonder if I can make a BA 146 flight out of London Heathrow, maybe to Manchester or any other airport. BA 146, I really wanted to like that plane, but my last flight was not good. Not good at all.
6 Victor X-ray, descend to flight level 090. Descend to flight level 090, Tomjet 6 Victor X-ray.
So you can see that the plane's struggling to maintain that airspeed. So what I'm going to do is going to help it with introducing drag, so speed brakes out, so we can use the speed brakes to reduce speed while lowering the nose to keep up with managed descent. Yep, I did a flight, I believe it was Manchester London City with it, and it didn't go well. The plane is peculiar, let's just say that.
Ryanair 420 Victor, London Control, radar contacts.
got our feet dry. We're flying over the UK. Speed brake still out, let's pull it in.
Easy 12 Papa Alpha, turn right, heading 290, vectors full approach.
Turn right, heading 290, easy 12 Papa Alpha.
World Express 375 heavy, radar vectors at IL, is to the runway 27, report ready for descent.
Radar vectors at IL, is to the runway 27, ready for descent. World Express 375 heavy.
World Express 375 heavy, East Midlands Airport landing runway 27.
East Midlands Airport, landing runway 27, World Express 375 heavy.
Speedbird 889, contact Hotel Director 119.73.
Contact Hotel Director 119.73, Speedbird 889.
Are there? Taxi? I didn't know there were beaches in the UK, to be honest. I always thought it was
Descent to
too
flight
cold.
level 070, Speedbird 921.
Let's continue our descent.
Blue Star 6977 heavy, London Control, expect Copan 06, runway 06.
Speed brakes out again.
06, runway 06, Blue Star 6977 heavy. Mix Air 300, London Control, expect Dublin 4 hour, runway 28 left.
Expect Dublin 4 Lima, runway 28 left, mix Air 300.
Neptune 4 Foxtrot Sierra, contact Paris Control 126.475.
Centon 126.47, via the Neptune 4 Foxtrot Sierra.
Airframes 1268, radar vectors, ILS runway 23 right, report ready for descent.
Radar vectors ILS runway 23 right, ready for descent. Air France 1268.
Oh, weather's
Airframes
closing.
1268, Manchester Airport landing runway 23 right.
Manchester Airport landing runway 23 right. Air France 1268.
Easy 8014, contact
soup.
Gatwick approach 129.025.
Contact Gatwick approach 129.025, easy 8014.
World Express 375 heavy, descend 25,400 feet at QNH1021.
Descent 25,000.
But the water is too cold, Rexy, isn't it?
World Express 375 heavy.
I mean, it's not a pleasant dive.
Easy 8484, contact Gatwick approach 129.025.
Unless it's super hot, I suppose.
Airframes 1268, descend to flight level 130.
Descent to flight level 130. Air France 1268.
Speedbird 921, contact Heathrow Director 119.
There we go, Heathrow Director.
Contact Heathrow Director 119.73, Speedbird 921.
So we need to decelerate to 250 knots.
miles from CF27L, flight present heading, maintain 2,500 feet until established at cleared ILS runway 27 left.
Flight present headings 2,500 feet until established at cleared ILS runway 27 left, Speedbird 889.
Heathrow Director, Speedbird 921, on flight level 124, we have Foxtrot.
Speedbird 921, Heathrow Director, QNH1023, expect the ILS runway 27 left with a landward transition.
QNH1023, expect the ILS runway 27 left with the landbound transition. Speedbird
That's the
921.
one we got. So we're gonna make a left-hand turn, then a right-hand turn to 27 Lima. We're missing a chart here. This is the one. Where is it, to Yankee?
Speedbird 921, fade direct landbound at cross Albanetto above flight level 070, fade ILS runway 27 left.
Alright, we're clear for the
Direct
ILS.
Lambourne, cross Lambourne at or above flight level 070, cleared ILS runway 27 left, Speedbird 921.
Nice. Passing 10,000 feet, external lights on. Descent checklist below the line, seatbelt signs are on, landing lights are on, and wing lights are on. Descent checklist complete. Below the line. That's London right there. Huge freaking city. We still need to go through Lambourne. then turn left. Get it more dragging in. Speed brakes out. Hello MC, Richard, welcome. Right on time, Richard. Traxi has been giving me some company here. And of course there are many other people watching. Feel free to talk, guys. I won't bite. Ask away. No topic is taboo. Let's go to our performance page. So we need to cross LAMP at 7,000 and then we're going to start our descent to flight level, well, 2,500 feet. As we've already been cleared. So we are keeping up to constraint now. And now we're going to follow the constraint all the way to LAM 11. That's 11 miles out of LAM, the Lambourne VOR, so we can skip to this one. Actually, this isn't. Speed brake in. Plane's always right. So there's downtown London. There's the Millennium Dome right there. It's hard to see from this far. That's the only landmark I can identify on the Millennium Dome. And of course scenery won't bright until we get closer. We're still very far away. People don't know how far the airports are from actual downtown London. It's incredible. So if this is not it, this is not it either. Ah, there it is. This is the one right there. So we're following this S line. So the S line we're seeing here. I usually come from the south, so I usually come from Southampton direct to 27 left or 27 right. So this is a very rare approach for me, coming from the east. 1023. So as you can see here, we got the magenta box. That means we're following these constraints, and they follow the same charted constraints right there. So we were assigned 7,000, so flight level 070, passing flight level 070, and then as you can see the next constraint will be 6,000, which corresponds to this one here. So it says here meaning a minimum level, that means the previous minimum level from our star. That was 7,000, and now we're keeping up with that until we go down to 6,000, then 3,500, then 3,000, then 2,500, either for runway 27 right, this one, or 27 Lima, the one we're taking to the southwards, or more to the south if you want. So the plane is obeying the constraints here. It will always obey to the constraints set on the flight plan. Right here you can see the magenta the magenta points here indicating constraints, and of course we can see those pressing the constraint button. The idea being that no plane can descend below these assigned altitudes or go beyond the speeds or below the speeds. It's like keeping the plane inside of let's say an highway with a set limited speed. Still no word out, Richard. I am waiting for their Neo, the 320 Neo. It's unfortunate that it's taking them so long. So there you saw, we are past the 7,000 feet constraint. We are on 6,000 feet now. So I'm going to set altitude standard 1023. 1023, set and cross-checked. So we're beginning the S turn to the left, then we'll make another S. Split S to the right, or if complete S if you count where we started turning. Wind got a little milder now. Now it's only at 10 to 11 knots. There we go, coming back to London City. You can see the London Bridge there. Lots of identified landmarks in London. London Bridge is falling down. There's a Millennium Dome again. That's London City Airport. It's a very nice, cool airport. You know, I've been to London a few times and I've never visited these landmarks. Not really interested in. There's that Ferris wheel. Alright, let's prep the plane. Let's reduce our speed here as we are right now. We are clear for the ILS, so let's hit approach. Need to go beneath the glide path. Plane needs to decelerate as well, so let's extend the speed brakes for a moment. Set auto brake to low. Let's go for our arrival performance. Apply the METAR. Landing weight, it will be something like 65. So low brake, max reverse, manual land, flaps 3. That will give us 2,600. Oh, it's 64.5. There we go. 2,200. Alright, so let's keep it at low. Will be good enough. There's runway 27 Lima. Our VAP is going to be 136. We are intercepting the ILS. Will report established. Speed check flaps 1. Speed brakes in. Let's arm the speed brakes now.
Speedbird 921, contact Heathrow Tower 118.705, bye-bye.
Contact Tower 118.705, Speedbird 921. Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 921, ALS runway 27 left.
2,500.
2,500 check.
250 at 8,
Clear to land.
27 left, clear to land.
Runway 27 left, clear to land, Speedbird 921.
Gear down. We need all the drag we can get. Still too fast for the approach. Let's get our engine NTIs on. We're below 10 degrees, not by much. Speed check flaps 2. landing checklist. EFIS as required in the terrain on co-pilots. Nose wheel lights set for takeoff. Flaps extended. Auto brakes set. Spoilers armed. Landing ECAM status. Landing no blue. And flaps set for landing flaps 3. Alright, we're good to go. Clear to land. Let's go. Autopilot off. We got GS and lock. Cat 1 boxed.
1000.
1000 check. Little low. Chase the glide slope a little bit. Not by much. Just enough to get it back on the diamond on the center. Little low, come on. Let's not bubble the landing.
100 above.
Check.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 30. 20. Retard.
Touchdown. Reverse. Auto brake set. Reverse in, auto brakes off.
Speedbird 921, exit next available taxiway.
We'll,
Exit next available taxiway, Speedbird 921.
we'll exit on the next one. This airport is a little more heavy than usual. This is a high-speed exit to the right, so one will take. Flaps up. Speed brakes. Oops. There we go, speed brakes in. Runway exit procedures.
Speedbird 921, contact ground 121.705.
Ground 121.705, Speedbird 921, have a good evening.
Stop here.
Speedbird 921 requires taxi to assigned gate.
It was
921 at gate 326 taxi via November 6 Echo Alpha Delta Bravo Hotel.
Gate 326 via November 6 Echo Alpha Delta Bravo Hotel, Speedbird 921.
alright, so let's go to gate 326. That's a heavy gate for some reasons, and let's request a follow me. So we're gonna wait for the follow me here. APU starting up, APU available. Let's go to APU bleed. Turn that off, and single engine taxi in after landing checklist. Landing lights set off. Nose wheel light set for taxi. Flaps up. Spoilers retracted. Weather radar with predictive wind shear is off. TCAS off. Terrain off. APU as required. Wing NTI not required. Engine NTI set. We're waiting for the follow me. 23 seconds to arrive. After landing checklist complete. I hope it's 23 seconds and not 23 minutes. So this was Drax's idea. Get a follow me on Heathrow. There it is. There's our follow me. Now let's hope this doesn't... Hello. Bye, follow me. Oh, he's coming back. Alright, let's go. What are you doing, man? Go, go, go. Oh. Follow me arrived. Alright, let's go. What is it doing? Whoa! This is not working. Oh, it's going backwards now. Alright. Tell me where to go. Guy was doing rally. So let's see the wheel temperature, because I was, yep, we gotta turn on the brake fans just for this single one here. Anything above 150 degrees, you should turn it on. We can remove this. Everybody loves this camera. Yeah, mini show almost crashed into my front landing gear. Oh, what is it doing? Hey guy, where are you going? Oh no. Oh, what is it doing? What is it doing? What is it doing? Well, so much for that. I guess I need to check my personal map, so I need to go front and then right hand turn. Alright, I can do this without the follow me now. I don't know where that guy went. So apparently I might have needed to turn right, but I can still get there from this part of the taxiway. Probably listening to music, more likely. Right, we can make a right hand turn here. I don't know where that guy went. So we need to go back and outside and confirm we got gate 326. So this is 332. I believe I need to turn right here. Nope. Or yep, it's right here. So it's that last gate over there on the right. Yeah. It's a company gate, so that's the one right there. 326, there it is. Slow down. Turn right. And let's hope the VGGS works this time. Start the chrono. Come on. Yeah, VGGS is not working. Oh, there it is. To the right. To the left. To the right. Stop. Alright. Parking brake set. Okay. Good to go. So engine bleed is on. Let's turn off engine 2. Chock's on. Let's turn off our beacon light, see if this activates GSX. There it is. Deboard. There it is, closed in. Parking checklist, parking brake is set, nav aids to off. This really needs to be faster. FCU resetting it. Done. Flight directors 1 and 2 to off. This also needs, our heading also needs to be reset. Should have gone the other way. Done. ND arc 10. Arc and 10. Arc and 10. Engine master switches both off. Engine fuel pumps to off. Good call. Got it. And beacon is off. Seatbelt signs to off. External power on. APU lead off. Transponder set off. And cockpit door open. Get out of my plane. Alright, let's check the wheels, see the temperatures so we can turn off this. Yep, it's below. Alright, we can turn off the wheel fan. Well, welcome to London. This has been quite the flight today. Let's check out the cargo, because my friend Drexy wants to see the cargo. I'm afraid they're using these hauling cargo containers, so you can't really see the Temu packages today. This is a passenger flight though, but there might be Temu packages inside for sure. We can't just see it inside though. So welcome to Heathrow. This was a very pleasant flight, very uneventful, fortunately. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. I really did enjoy this flight. It was really uneventful, and it's always like that with Fenix. I'm really impressed with this plane. Very little problems with this plane, to be honest. Sometimes you do get some hiccups here and there, but rarely with this with the Fenix aircraft. It really is a great investment if you guys don't already have it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Richard, Trexy. Really appreciate. If you guys want to see a wonderful scenery, just rewind to the beginning and you can see me leaving Stuttgart. I actually started a flight in the terminal and walked through the jetway to the plane. That's a really cool feature on that airport. So yeah, you can see, by the way, that the engine is still motoring. It's still moving to cool down. That's a feature from the IAE. Well, most modern engines now do this. They will keep their cooling going. That's the APU turning off because we got GPU here. So guys, again, thank you so much for being here. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and share with your friends if you can. And as always, you can also donate to the channel via Buy Me a Coffee. There's a link in the description. Appreciate your help, appreciate the support. Everybody that's been supportive has helped me to bring you stuff like this, purchasing planes and scenery with the invested money, of course. This was a flight between Stuttgart in Germany to London Heathrow in the United Kingdom. The next flight will be out of the United Kingdom. Let's see where. Hope you guys can join me next time. Until then, thank you so much. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Drexy. Thank you, Richard. And I'll see you guys next time. As always, cheers and bye-bye.
I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drums begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soared into the